So it's a beautiful sunny day. It's Monday morning. Well, it's actually midday now by the time we've got organised and out on the river. So we're down on the River Severn. We've been on here a couple of times with the canoe, but we've never really made the most of it. But we found a good place where we can park up and pay to actually launch the boat and leave the car and things like that. And we've made a life decision, you know, we're going to actually make more opportunities to get out on the water when we can. Obviously Lois has been recovering from a sort of bad neck and things, so this is a little first outing to make sure she's all up to speed before we have a big trip to the lakes or something like that. But yeah, it's just lovely to be out on the water again, really.
So we've been paddling for about an hour or so. We're going upstream first of all, so it's a little bit harder, but we got a bit of a breeze in our favour. My buddy behind me doing the hard work while I'm talking. Doing the steering. Good job, Benji.
Trying.
And we're just looking to find a little spot to moor up and have our little picnic. It's a lovely day, it's sunny. And I can't encourage you more to get out on the water if you can, whether it's just walking along the side of a river or swimming or in a canoe like we are. It's just perfect. Can't beat it.
Absolutely idyllic. Hardly anybody on the water. I've seen a couple of families going up and down in their little power boats, and a few people harvesting soil, topsoil, which I've never seen before, which is quite interesting. So great big trawlers, the sort of lorries of the river. And then there's just me and Lois in our little open boat. I think we're the only ones that we've actually seen using muscle power. Well, this is lovely. You want to go over there for tea then, Lois?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, I'll see if we can spin it round.
I'm getting seasick going backwards.
So, just come up from the boat. Lois looks like she's found an amazing little spot for a picnic. I'm going to go underneath this oak tree, so it won't be too hot. It's just amazing, on your doorstep as well. Absolutely fantastic.
Just getting the tea on. I'm hoping Ben's brought the gas because it's not in my bag.
So tea's on. I had brought the gas, which is always good. Always seems to us that whenever we go filming and we decide that it'd be good to actually film the experience, it's always blowing a hoolie. So hopefully the wind noise won't be too bad. But it just proves that we're outdoors and it's not a studio set. So yeah, it's a really beautiful day. Hopefully it's not going to turn. There's a few clouds blowing in from the Malvern Hills, which are in that direction. Basically, this section of the this section of the river runs pretty much parallel to the Malvern Hills. I think if the river had been higher or the banks hadn't been so high, you'd have actually been able to see the Malvern Hills the whole way, really. But another little village quite close by. We went past a few fishermen. And there's a few people walking, obviously, along a footpath here, but we're all keeping safe distance, and it's all groovy, really. So yeah. Spot a lunch, cup of tea, and then we'll go a bit further down the river and see what little features we can find.
Lunch break over and we're getting back on the water. Ben's just untying the boat and then we are going upstream still, this way.
It's a little fold. we're just heading along this section of the river where there's this amazing patch of woodland, and we're normally running on the other side of the woodland, on the road, and at the end of April, beginning of May, you can just smell all the bluebells from that side of the woodland. But obviously we've never seen it from this side before, so it's wonderful actually. Real steep cliffs, some precarious trees right at the top looking like they're about to keel over, but some really big trees in there. So it's actually quite nice seeing it from a different direction really, different angle. The wind has been behind us for most of the way, so it certainly helped us paddle upstream. So I'm hoping that the current, obviously taking us back downstream, will sort of outweigh the headwind, so we'll have to see. But at the moment it's actually been quite easy paddling really, and we're not in condition either, so we haven't been out on the water for far too long really. I think it was actually before Christmas the last time we actually got on the water. I think we went up to the lakes for a quick break, but yeah, what with Christmas and then illness, and then obviously not actually being able to get out, it's a real treat to actually get back on the water really. So we've had to make that difficult decision, and we've had to turn around and start heading back. So we're heading back down the river, down towards Upton on Severn. There's always that sort of lure of what's around the next bend, but it gets to a point where everybody's got to turn around at some stage. So it'll probably take us about an hour and a half maybe to get back, hopefully. The first section then was really windy and really choppy, even though we were heading with the current. The actual wind in our face was almost slowing us down to a standstill, so we really had to paddle hard to get around that last little section. But now it's just back in the flat, and it's really quite idyllic now, so we're not having to really dig too deep. I should imagine our arms will probably ache quite a lot tomorrow because we haven't been paddling for such a long time, but this is good physical therapy for those sort of out of action months, I think. So yeah, heading back towards Upton, and hopefully we'll be able to stop somewhere and have another brew in a bit. So we've pulled up and we're sharing a field with some horses this time. We've got the kettle on for our second cup of tea on the homeward leg. Lois has realised that she hadn't applied sun cream to the back of her neck, so she's looking nice and lobstery at the moment. So we've applied some now, so hopefully she won't get too much sunstroke. But yeah, it's a lovely field. I thought the horses might be bothering us. The kettle's boiling. Kettle's boiling.
Perfect spot.
Perfect spot. So some people ask us what sort of kit we use when we're out and about. So I've got my tiddy hat on at the moment, which I've been wearing pretty much for the last 11 weeks really, because it's been so hot. Obviously being a ginger, trying to protect my head, so this is one of the hemp tiddy hats, which is really nice. I'm always wearing sunnies. I know people don't like people wearing sunglasses because they want to be able to see their face and stuff, but I don't react well to sunlight. I always squint and give myself a headache, so you'll often see me wearing a pair of sunnies. And I'm normally wearing some loose shirt, especially in the hot, to keep me nice and cool. These are some Rohan shirts, really quick drying, so they work really well for me. And I'm actually carrying one of our thorns today. So this is one in RWL 34 in a little Kydex neck sheath in a nice bright colour so I can see it. And that'll sit around my neck just underneath my buoyancy aid, so I've got a knife that's waterproof. Quick to grab if I need to cut some rope or something, so I can operate this pretty much one-handed and stuff like that. So that's what I'm using today, a nice waterproof little lightweight little knife really, so that's perfect for when you're canoeing or around water and things like that. So that's the sort of kit that I've been wearing today. Thought you might like to know what we're actually using really.
I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but there's a huge amount of mistletoe in the trees along here. There's a lot of it in Herefordshire and Worcestershire, so I'm going to try and show you, but believe me, there is absolutely mountains of it up in these trees. Well, we've had a great day. Now we're back at the Upton Marina. We've seen a lot of wildlife, but we didn't catch a lot of it on film. Too slow with the camera. Saw some kingfishers, some herons, and some pretty wild fishermen as well. It's been a great day. I hope you've enjoyed the little trip with us. Oh, I'm going into the shade. And yeah, if you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel and let us know what you think of this video. Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.